Sorry about the wind here. Check the audio in a second, make sure it's at least usable. But and the pup here. Gonna change the oil in this 2020 Ford Explorer. I didn't see any videos on it, so got one. Figured I would do it. This is the first oil change on it. Waited a little bit long. We're at like 7,000 to 8,000 miles, something like that. But you know, should be good. We're switching over this time. We're gonna go to AMSOIL. See if I can find it here. Get in here where there's no noise. AMSOIL 5W30. That's what's on the cap. That's what's said in the manual. It says I believe it 5.2 quarts. So I bought 2 gallons of it, or yeah, 2 gallons of it. Should be getting me through this, and then have extra to top off or whatever. I just like having extra on hand because you never know. This is a 25,000 mile oil. The filter that we're going to use. AMSOIL filter. This part number. So it says anything else there? Oh, nope, wrong side. Oh, there you go. This is a 15,000 mile filter. Since it's 25,000 mile oil, and it doesn't hurt to be a little excessive, I'm going to go 12,500 miles roughly, and I will change out the filter and top off the oil. That's one reason for having a little extra. But my biggest questions were, how do you do it? Everybody try a new vehicle you've never seen. You got to find the filters, you got to find your plugs and all that. So I got in here. It looks like there's a cover. I will show you that as I grab some tools and get over there. Alrighty, neighbor's mowing the yard, of course, in case you hadn't figured that out yet. This is the cover we're gonna have to take off. This bolt here, another one there, another one there. I think we may have to take this and that one off over there. We got 1, 2, 3, and I believe this right here is the same kind of thing. 3 fasteners to get this whole thing off. Should just be a 7mm, and then I got these little pry tools, and then this little screwdriver I made for grabbing things. See that there? Stick that in the little side. There's a groove over here I can show you in just a second. Then pull it out. Doesn't necessarily have to come all the way out like that, but it does sometimes, so be alright. I stick it back in there just to make sure it pops out weird. That's where this comes in handy. Just try not to break anything. Little extra assurance. There we go. Pop that right there. Pop that right there. You can pull them all the way out, but maybe they'll hang out. Now these I've never actually used or seen these before, but I'm gonna guess that they're roughly the same. Come on now. There we go. Figured out a way to use my own tool a little differently. So you take that little scoop there, and you kind of stick it under it, and kind of give it a pop up. That seems to work. And I've done it once now, so it's proven. There we go, 2 times. Definitely proven method now. Try that on these little ones too. Oh man, huh, I just taught myself something. Awesome. Been pulling these out the wrong way my whole life. Oh, and I will let that, catalog itself right over there. Try not to lose your clips, as I may have just done. One of them hit me in the face and I don't know where it went. Okay, we'll find that later. Alright, hold on, let me check it out. See that? No, you cannot see anything. Alright, I'll grab you and bring you into here with me. Alright, looking down the back of the car there. There's your filter. There's your drain plug. Pretty self-explanatory from here. Let me go grab some more tools and we'll get this draining. All right, I switched upside joining there, trying to work on the direction of oil blow here from all the wind. Got a 15 millimeter. I got a ratchet. You can use a wrench, whatever you need. I forgot to turn the camera on. I switched it around, but I cracked it loose. It's super easy, just like it was good to go. And you get to make this mess. If you get you one of these nifty little pans, these drain pans here, like I have, don't forget to take the plug out. This thing goes right there. May or may not have done that a couple times in the past, and it makes a mess. It's real hard to clean up too. But nope. Dump it out. Okay, see, I like to push in a little bit on the bolt. Like try to push it back in the hole, kind of seals the threads, and then tighten it out. So like right now I can hear it clicking. So I'm at the end. Then it kind of helps too. I can position. I see the drips now. So you know you've got your pan under there right. Put the hole that way, give it some room to blow out of there. And then you just rip it out. Ah, perfect. That's paying putt-putt. I'd get a hole in one there. Wait. Set this little thing on the uphill side. That kind of drip off. Definitely want to have you some either gloves on or, well, even if you have gloves, you still probably want a towel to wipe off your gloves. Keep them from getting slippery. Just let this drain out for a second. While I'm doing that, I'll show you this nifty little tool I got. I believe this came from like AutoZone or something. It's this little strap, basically a seat belt stuck on a piece of square tube in there. You wrap it around, you hook it on your filter, like so, and then that end holds a 1/2 inch ratchet. I guess you put a wrench on it, whatever. Say my hand's a filter, you just put it on there and like that, and eventually it turns it into a handle and cracks down and you can spin the filter. It's pretty handy. My previous method is you take a screwdriver. If you can't get it with your hand, you just take a screwdriver and drive it through at an angle and basically create yourself a handle. That is a very messy way, but is extremely effective. Make sure you only go in the filter. Don't go real deep in it. Ah, no, there it goes. It's splattered everywhere because of the wind. Dang it. I got the cover all dirty. Shoot. All right. I'll clean it up a second now. But anyway, yeah, you can drive a screwdriver in. It's going to make a mess. It's going to drip everywhere. But then you can just use the screwdriver as a handle and break it loose. Should be pretty easy once it's broke loose. But it is a very effective way. Just like I said, messy. It's a cheap, easy. Don't have to have any special tools or nothing. But let me let this drain out for a couple minutes. And I will come back to you. All right. That's still kind of dripping a little bit. It'll probably drain for a little while. I pulled the cap out of the top. Not really matters that much. It makes me feel a little better. It feels like it's, you know, got more flow or whatever, and it can dump out faster. I don't know. Just a load of crap that I always follow. Take this filter off. There we go. Didn't even need a tool. Just a little bit of grinding. You'll be fine. It's got on there snug. What is that about? Oh, we're making a mess, boys. Alrighty, we got multiple drips coming from everywhere. That's always great. In case you didn't know, motor oil is a great moisturizer. It'll make you, you know, possibly die one day, but you never know. According to California, it probably causes cancer. But for right now, look, it's so smooth, silky smooth. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so that's gonna be a mess. Like, if you have to ever figure out a way to not make a mess, taking a filter off. Try to shake that out. Put it in the pan there. Another tech tip: keep 2 rags. You see one I got here? It's real, just nasty. Definitely recommend having a real nasty one, so you can get, you know, get your hands like this. They look clean, but they're still gooey. You take a clean one, cleaner, still a shop rag. Wipe your hands off. Then your hands are actually dry. You can grab things. It's very handy. Then I like to take a corner of this. Just get it up. Wait a second. Like the O-ring. Oh, okay. Yep, look up there too. Should be a solid metal surface. The little O-ring gasket came off of the filter. It's not a big deal, they just kind of stick. Make sure you get that off of there. Don't want to double O-ring it, that will not be good, even though it sounds like it might be a good idea. It's a terrible idea. So, rewind here, go back, clean this surface off. Make sure it's real good. Make sure you're not using a dirty towel for this. It really needs to be clean. This is I use these all the time. They don't get any land or anything like that, but it's not ridiculously crucial right now. It's not like a transmission or anything. Okay, it's gonna continue to leak for days. So you just do the best you can. Get that off of there. And now, off camera. First off, let me talk about these filters. Man, I've had AMSOIL filters. I've been using them for a long time now. I don't know if you can see it. That is a very nice texture. Like this thing over here is slick as snot. And then you add oil to it, it's worse. This right here is almost like a textured bed liner. That's gonna be nice taking it back off. Of course, they offer tools you can just snap right on there, you know, get fancy with it. But I'm more of a screwdriver, or that little strap method works great, and it's, you know, a couple dollars versus probably $10 to $20, whatever they are for those little filter wrenches. But yeah, I like that a lot. That's good stuff. Can't see it, can't show you, but this has been filled up. You try to just dump it in this clean oil, absolutely no dirty oil, clean oil into the center of the hole there. Just kind of give it a little bit and then let it set, and then put a little more and let it set. It's got to soak itself through the filter membrane, medium, whatever you want to call it there. Once you get it pretty much full, it ain't got to be 100%, just real close. I always just kind of dip my finger in there, clean finger, and then you just run around that little gasket right there just to get it lubed up real good. Just make it slide, and then you come over here, stick your hand back in this messiness of dripping, and spin it on. So make sure you're not cross-threading it, kind of give it a little wiggle, make sure it's going good, and good to go. So let me take that back down a little bit. So what they say on the side of the box, the filter box, you spin it up so it's like right there snug. You can feel it's a good snug, and they say give it a 3/4 of a turn. About right there. For me, like, I never use a tool for this. I always just use my hands. Now, depending on your grip strength, you might be able to get this a little too tight, but I don't know. I'm always afraid I snap a lot of bolts off and stuff, but that should be good. That's about, actually, it's a little less than about 3. Yeah, that's probably right around 3/4, give or take. Everybody's snug is a little different. Don't know how many ooga doogas that is, probably about a half of one though. This will drip for absolutely ever. You let it, so we're just gonna go ahead and stop it. I mean, we'll let it sit here for another hour. We're gonna get like another teaspoon of oil out of this thing, so it's not a big deal. I will say there's probably a little bit still in the oil pan there, because I got the front of the car lifted, as you probably saw earlier. That means it's that way a little bit. It's not much of an angle, but having a little bit of dirt, a tiny little bit of oil, is not going to hurt anything. As long as you're doing your regular intervals, you got a good filter and all that, it's not a huge deal to worry about. Put that back in there. Feel like it right there. You know, that's it. So I just kind of give it a little. There we go. No, it wasn't about 2 clicks maybe on a Craftsman ratchet. It's a real accurate measurement term there for you. And then just to keep your driveway and everything clean, I'm gonna wipe down under here. Ah, dang it! I just used my clean rag. Crap! Don't do that. Use the dirty rag for this. But I'm committed now, so we're just gonna go with it. There, you know, a little bit you got in your hands. Clean the filter. You want this to actually be clean. Like, this is a decent step to do, because now you know if it's dripping in the driveway, you got something to check on. Shouldn't, but you know, that's just a good just in case thing. I'm gonna take this nastiness, slide it back over there, try to keep from making too big of a mess. Dry my hands off, clean towel again, and just grab this little thing here. may have y'all a little bit close, but that's all right. You kind of know the procedure. You saw it a minute ago. Get it there, use those, and slip that one in there. Put that one in there. What's that one I just hit? Oh man, this would be great to have a concrete floor, but oh, there it is. You just find things easier, but not today. This clips in. Oops, push that one in too soon. Alright. There's the hole. Click it in. By the way, little Harbor Freight things look free whenever you go buy something else. You get the little magnet trays and the screwdrivers. I like those. Both of them good. Be very gentle with these. Don't want to give them any ooga doogas. Just a little. I got this thing turned all the way down on the power, and I'm still trying to be real cautious and just barely pull the trigger. No clicks. Probably preferable. Oops. All right. Oh, never mind. That's pretty low power. There we go. There we go. Yeah, just on setting 1. I didn't know we were that close to it already. One more screw. There it is. Alrighty, that is it down here. Don't forget to pull out your tub over there. She's all good now. These fasteners, they just pop right. I actually kind of like those little square ones. Aren't too bad. Let's back in. We'll go back up top in just a second. All right, back up top here. Here's the cap. It's obviously underneath where this thing is. On the ramps here, it's a little hard to get to. I did notice in that hole, this first time this plug's ever been out, obviously. So it's factory. So you see the black marks? See there? Yeah. So it's like a painted O-ring. Don't know what that's about. It's a little painted ring in there. Tried to wipe it out because I just don't want, some more crap to be in there. It's kind of odd, but whatever. There's your oil, in case you were wondering. W30, that's where I got my numbers from. No decision, whatever you want to call it. Now let's take the oil. Oh yeah, I already showed you that. The AMS oil, 1 gallon. 1 gallon, 4 quarts. Takes 6. So it should be a gallon and almost a half. Well, a gallon and a quarter would be 5. And it takes 5.2, so. Get that down a little bit. Come over here like this. Look at there. Look at there. You get the good pour. Oh, it's windy. Cannot go for the long pour today. Man. Really hope you guys can hear all right. Of course, there's nothing to listen to right now, but lawnmower or the highway off in the distance. It's kind of loud today. All right. Oh, almost made a mess there. There's 4 quarts. Let's see if I can get this to sit. Oh, let's see if I can make a mess doing that now. Stay right there. Whoa. All right, there's a mess to be made. So I'm going to put about a quarter of this in here. I got this rag that's well, it doesn't have any little fringes on it or nothing. Stick it right there just because why not? Trash because it's nasty out here. Come in here and start her up. Get the foot. It's all good to go. Cover how to, or actually we can do that right now. All right, so you go to your settings. Let me clean my finger here. Display settings. the menu button. Settings. That button. Go down. Do this on the screen here. All right. Okay. Oil life. Hold to reset. Good to go. Now, the one thing to be aware of, at least for, if you're using the oil that I'm using, AMSOIL, your vehicle, it has, based on your driving and stuff like that, they've got decently intelligent. And, if you drive it real hard or this or that or cold, or it does give you a little bit of an update. For the most part, it's based off of the factory intervals. Well, since we're not using the factory oil, we're doing a better brand, with a lot better properties to it. Can last longer. We're going to go the 25,000 mile actual oil change instead of the, say, 7,000, whatever it is. Oh man, we actually got 10,000. Kind of let it get up a little bit there. It's my fault. Yeah, we're going to kind of have to ignore that. That oil life doesn't really mean anything. I'm going to go right up over here, and you can write in Sharpie on your glass. Don't write on your tint, write on your glass. You can put your date on there, or you can take your filter paper or your filter part number. What I do, I go write the date on it or write the mileage that it needs to be changed, and I'll store that second one in my shed, or I'll take one of the other ones and stick it in the glove box. So like I have this, keep this little maintenance log. It's just an Excel sheet, has the name of the vehicle and everything in it. Keep it in there, keep a pin with it all the time. And anytime you get your tires rotated, oil change, replace a part, anything at all. I have this on my truck, and mine's 2.5 sheets, or a sheet and a half long, because I keep record of anything at all that I do to it. There's so much to plug in a tire. Keep it in your glove box. You'll always have all this stuff. Just try to remember to do it. It's a hard thing to do, but just try to remember. I'll write down the mileage. I'll write down the date. I'll write down what I did. Like this one, I already wrote down, says, changed over, oil change, changed to AMSOIL, described it, showed part numbers and everything. So, all right, we're gonna back the car off of here and then check the first level. All right, back here on top, make sure you pull your old drain pan out. You'll run it over. I almost forgot to do. Make sure there's no dirt or anything on that. Take that over here, out of the way. Check it. Dipstick right here next to it. Pull it out. How long? That's not too long. Okay, so you always want to wipe it down because you dump the oil right in next to it. Clean it. Let's see here. So we got, where are you at? Let's see if I can see a little focus. There it goes. Okay, so you can see your little checker pattern there. It's really nice when factories do this. They have that should be the good safe line. That probably should take some out. That means you definitely should add some. If it's below as long as it's between those two dots, you should be good. But right there's ideal. Top of that little scratch mark. Stick that back in. Try not to show any of the dirt. Sit for a second. And we are, as you can see, okay, so look, this is a good teaching point for those of you not really experiencing this. You've got oil all over the back of the stick. Always read the lower side. See, this side's pretty clean. Get it right there at the top of the hatch, which is exactly where it should be. It's good. Never take it after one reading. Always do at least two. Sometimes you're paranoid like me, do like 3 times. Consistent readings. All right, we're just at that hatch, if not a hair over. Pop it off. Oh, that's the bad side this time. Okay. Yeah, we're right at it. Like I say, you kind of got to look. I don't know, it's just kind of a learned thing here. If you let it sit, if you're kind of worried about it, is it too much, too less, whatever. So she got the right amount in there. It's good to start back down. Make sure you always check it before you back it off the ramps. Don't start it dry. But it's got 4.5, 5, or it's got roughly 5 quarts in there. So, it's going to be good enough to move it 2 feet, let it run for 1 minute. But yeah, looks like it's good to go there. I'll let it sit for a few more minutes, come back to it, check it just to be certain. But oh yeah, by the way, see if I can figure this. This thing it's rather tight. It's kind of odd. Just stick in there. See if I can figure this out. It's showing on camera. It's kind of hard to get out. It's kind of a tight fit, I guess you'd say. Jam it in there a little bit. All right, twist it down. And just to make sure all the OCD people are good, make sure it always reads down. Don't put your letters upside down like some crazy person. But that's it, guys. I'll put me a little Amsoil sticker right back over there, just to, you know, brag about it. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Just reminding me, everybody else, what it's got in there. Something I like to do. They give you 4,000 stickers for every order. But that's it, guys. If you have any questions, any comments, something I missed, or anything like that, let me know.